Evening, people. Evening. Welcome back. Tonight, round 3 of P1RCs BMW M3 League. This is the Gr3 class of BMW M3. So we are live at Circuit de Saint Croix Aii. So it's the great big jigsaw puzzle piece you can see on screen. It's backwards as well, makes it a little bit more tricky. I've seen cars going backwards already while we've been waiting for this race to kick off. So let's just have a quick look at scores. Let's just move that up. I'm not happy with that great big white border. Let's move that. There you go. How about that? So leading the way at the minute is P1RCs with 43 points. Mocking Week second with 35 points. Dylan in third with 23 points. Dizzy fourth with 23 points as well. Gr3 just a point behind with 22 points for fifth. Dad sixth with 18 points. Benny seventh with 15 points. Eighth for Aldo with 12 points. Ninth for Champ Reserve Driver with 11 points. 10th for Ghost Round with 10 points. Also on 10 points is P1 Dodgy. Baggy on 9 points in 12th. 13th for Manny on 8 points. Also on 8 points is Pilgrim. Also on 8 points is Apache. Valium on 7 points. Rear Wheel on 3 points. And P1 Don on no points. So it is a team event. You can see A, B, C, D and E down the side. That relates to whatever team the drivers are in. And if we flick through to the team standings, Team B are leading the way, 69 points at the minute after round 2. Team C in second with 62 points. Team E with 54 points. Team A with 53 points. And Team D with 27 points. If we just flip back to the normal scores, you can see Raoul for Team B, Mocking Team A, Dylan Team C, Dizzy E, Reggie TE, Gamer Dad B, Benny C, Aldo D, reserve driver for Champ, so he just stands in for whichever team he's a reserve driver for. A for Ghost Round, C for Dodgy, E for Bags, A for Manny, D for Pilgrim, B for Apache, D for Valium, and Rear Wheel and P1 Don, both reserve drivers as well. So let's get ourselves in this race lobby. 15 minutes quali and then a 40-minute race for you lot. Looks like quali's already kicked off. So Baggy leads us around on the first of the hot laps. It's a long circuit, this one. Let's get ourselves back a few drivers. You'll do. Let's go on board for a bit of a lap with Dodgy. So down this start finish straight, hard on the brakes, 90-degree left-hand turn. Quite a wide circuit, this one as well. But it does get trickier the deeper it gets. So another 90-degree right-hander coming up here. Into a long sweeping left-hand. Dodgy just keeping it on track. So this is a feather of the throttle all the way through it. See Dodgy just giving it about half to 3/4 throttle through there in fourth. Powers out the final bit. Into another 90-degree right, left and onto the bridge. And we went right at the end of the bridge, 90-degreer as well. So you may see positions change over this bridge. It's quite a long one, easy to get a good slipstream down here. Hard on the brakes then into this 90-degree right. And then a massive great 90, over 90 elbow coming up, almost a hairpin. Opens out on the exit. Dodgy just running a little bit wide there as well. So through the sweeping left into the tight right. Along this big fast, it's not a straight but it may as well be, it becomes a straight now. Swings round to the left and then into a 90 left, And then another 90 left. It's the first of the 90s. Here comes the second. So a sweeping 90 right, and then a tight 90 right. Just feathers it through that right-hander. Just got to be careful on this second one. Easy to run it out wide on that bit. And then down the hill, 2 more 90 lefts coming up. Yes, awkward circuit this Saint Croix. All of them are really. Nice track once you've mastered it, but if you don't know it, it's a little bit awkward. So through the sweeping right, 2 more 90 rights coming up. It is actually a street circuit, Saint Croix. Second of the 90 rights, through the little kink to the left, and down to the 90 left, back onto the start and finish straight. The 90 left just at the bottom of the hill here. There it is, a lap on board with P1 Dodgy. What's his lap time going to be? 3:46 on his outlap, 3:11. Sticks himself in 6th. Right, let's have a quick run through then. So Gr3 has got himself on pole at the minute, 3:05.1. Manny's second, bit of a penalty to lose though, 3:06.8. Baggy in third, he's on a 3:07.0. Aldo 4, 3:07.9. Gr3 in 5th. He's on a 3:08.4. We've just seen Gr3. Still don't know whether you've won that championship or not. I don't think you have. I think Obi-Wan may have it. I forget where Obi-Wan came in race 1 in that one. 5th for Gr3. Benny in 6th. 3:08.4 for Benny. Dodgy 7th. We've just been on board with him. 3:11.5 for Dodge. Pilgrim 3:36. He's actually quicker on his outlap than he was on his hot lap. 3:18 on his outs. 3:36 on his hot lap. Mocking Weeks, he's put in a 3:11. So 9th. It looks like he's picked up a penalty for that. So his 3:20 outlaps being counted. Raul also picking up a penalty. So his second lap 3:17 not going to count either. Dylan also picking up a penalty. 3:13 not showing up. Dizzy looks like he's not bothering with quali. He's quite happy smashing his tyres to bits in 12th. Apache in 13th. So just coming in to put his hot lap in. And he puts in a 3:08.0. So up into 5th then for Apache. Can anyone unseat Gr3? 1.6 seconds quicker than anyone else at the minute. Raul struggling, that's not like Raul. Maybe he will just come back in the final few seconds of qualifying and smash it. Knowing Raul, that's exactly what might happen. So last couple of turns for Gr3. Baggy's actually gone quicker. He's got himself into 2nd. 3:06.7 for Bags. Mocking Weeks just taking pole. 3:04.5 for Mocking. 0.6 of a second quicker than Reg. Can anyone else? Reg chucks himself in the pits. Can anyone else unseat Mocking or Reg? Aldo, no. Raul does though. He comes through. 3:04.2. Quarter of a second quicker than Mocking. 5 minutes left of quali. And we'll get one more lap in. Just gotta quickly give a shout to eman205 Gaming, who's subscribed during the last stream, but it didn't show up, didn't give me a notification, damn it. Don't know why, but yeah, big shout out to Eman, thank you very much, appreciated. 503 subscribers. Who'd have thought it? So current pole sitter Raoul then, still a quarter of a second faster than anyone else. Mocking Weeks, just about 4 minutes left of quali, so they might see another lap after this, depending how brutal the German lobby host is. Pushes Reg all the way down to third now from top spot. Aldo fourth. Baggy now fifth. Manny sixth. Benny in seventh. Apache eighth. Ghost Realm happily parked up for 10th. Dodgy 11th. Pilgrim in the pits. And Dizzy also in the pits. Dylan just getting a 3:04.4 in there, so he's closed the gap up a little bit on Raoul, but still just under a quarter of a second. Second position though for Dylan. Don't forget to vote for driver of the day today, people. The P1 boys do have a driver of the day vote. It's up to you lot. You can say it in the comments, in the live chat, in the comments afterwards. It's entirely up to you. But it is 2 extra points towards the championship. So yeah, just a bit of interaction from you lot. Who you think deserves it over the 40 minutes. Doesn't have to be top spot. Whoever's had the best race, best comeback, whatever. So, what have we got? 2.5 minutes remaining. Mocking Weeks just coming through. What's his lap time going to say? Benny right behind him, benefiting from a tow down here, Benny. Not as quick, so still 3:04.5 then for Mocking. Raoul still on that 3:04, but going quicker. And again, a 3:03.4 for Raoul. Complete second faster than Dylan. A few more turns to go for Dylan. Should be able to make it across the line before the timer rolls over. Can Mocking Weeks get around for another one? Tyres are worn out though. Reg GT in fourth then now. Aldo happy in fifth. Parking up next to Ghost Realm. Manny's sixth, still on hot laps. Baggy obviously content with seventh. Benny chasing Mocking Weeks down, trying to benefit from that tow. So just a minute remaining. Dizzy. That's cheeky. Where are you, Diz? That's where you are. Telling P1 Raoul to sit back and spectate. Cheeky, cheeky boy. So just close the gap up. Dylan gets it down to 3/4 of a second. Don't think Mocking Weeks is going to get a chance to finish this lap. See if he gets across the next time in line. Not going for a hot lap this time. So Benny's still out then, but that's order. Raoul, Dylan, Mocking Weeks, Reg GT, Aldo, Manny, Baggy, Benny, Apache, Ghost Realm, Dodgy, Pilgrim and Dizzy. Here we go, round 3, 40-minute race. Do they get off the line well enough? Yeah, long circuit might mean they stretch out a little bit by the end of the race. We'll see. See if they can stick together. So the red lights turn on. Wait for those to drop, they'll be away. And they're off. Good start, big pile of wheel screen bin by, was it Benny or Apache? So Raul leading just into turn one. Up the hill. So into this 90 right. Dylan trying to run around the outside. He's run a bit deep. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? He's losing positions. He's gone deep and onto the grass, so he's all the way down in 5th now. He's chasing Raul down. Oh, but who's that? Mocking Weeks slot himself through, looking for that top spot, but Raul got the inside line. Reg GT trying to get through that fight as well. Who's going to win out here? Onto the bridge. Mocking Weeks has actually got himself just in front. Raul's just taken that back. Big gaggle of cars coming up behind. Raul then holds on. Mocking Weeks 2nd. Who's that in 3rd? Dylan coming back through to retake that 3rd position. Will he take 2nd off of Mocking? Mocking will hold the line into this turn. So Dylan just had to slot himself behind. Still looking for that position off of Mocking Weeks though. Oh, Mocking Weeks has gone deep. That's allowed Dylan to shoot through to take 2nd position. Mocking Weeks has got to be careful. He's got Reg GT and where's Reg side by side with him? Aldo coming through as well. Losing positions then. Needs to get back in that slipstream. Who else has he got? Manny trying to slot down the inside as well for that 5th position. Just had to back out of it for now. It's unfortunate for Mocking Weeks. All the way down in 5th. Was battling it out with Raul for top spot a second ago. So now they've spread out. Let's have a run through. Raul in the lead. Dylan 2nd. Reg GT 3rd. Aldo and Mocking Weeks side by side into that turn. Aldo still winning out. Mocking Weeks in 5th then. Manny 6th. Benny in 7th. Apache 8th. Got Baggy in 9th. Hotly chased by Ghost Realm. He's gone a little bit wide there, but he's kept it in touch with Baggy. Pilgrim 11th. Dizzy in 12th. And Dodgy 13th. Still quite closely packed at the minute. Still only on lap 1, but it is a long circuit. So back out front. Raul just got 0.7 of a second. Oh, Dylan far too hot round there into the wall. That's cost him time. It's losing time to Raul. He's under more pressure from Reg GT for that 2nd position. Reg GT still got Aldo right there with him. Mocking Weeks is well off that fight now. So just half a second between Reg GT and Dylan, but there is only half a second between Reg GT and Aldo behind as well. I can imagine the gap's not that much different between himself and Mocking. Closing up again. Need to not let Raul run off with this one. Feathering that throttle, closing up on Dylan once again. And closing up on race leader. All of them a bit hot into that one. Onto the bridge. Still tightly packed. Top 5 started to break away. Benny just in the background there in 6th. So closing up on Dylan again. Gap down to 0.3. Just loses a tenth through there. Dylan keeping the gap between himself and Raul. Not so much there. He's lost a bit of time to Raul. Put himself back under pressure from Reg. Aldo's still there. Mocking's still there. Aldo right on Reg GT's tail though now. Big long straight. Reg going defensive. Holds the line. Just Aldo trying to come back down the inside. He's got the line. Mocking Weeks running a bit wide. He's gone down the inside of Dylan as well. Great move by Aldo. 2 for 1 for Aldo, although Dylan's coming back at him. Fortunately loses out, just leaves the door a little bit too wide open there. Dylan slots himself back through, but he has got himself past Reg GT. So Mocking Weeks still in with a shout here, not out of this fight yet, 0.3 of a second back. Aldo going a bit deep there as well, kicking up the sand. It's going to allow Reg GT to have another run back at him. Mocking Weeks still right there. Let's get ourselves on board with Dylan. We look at this train of drivers. Let's change that up to a bit of, it's not bumper cam, it's roof cam. Oh, Aldo stuck a wheel on the grass. Off he goes into oblivion. Can he get himself back on track? Yes, he is, but sideways. He's being swamped now by that big pack behind him. Let's go and find out what's happened to Aldo. He's down in 9th, 10th now. Pilgrim's got past, Baggy's got past Apache and Benny. Off into oblivion then for Aldo. 11th. Bit of damage on the rear end. That should repair itself, so it has now, so he can get back up to full race pace. But Aldo, what a shame. Up there battling it out with the top boys. Now down in 11th position. So Raul has started to disappear now. 2.5 seconds from Dylan. Dylan under pressure from Reg GT, so the battle for second has just cost them time to the first place driver. Reg GT looking for a bit of a move. No, backs out of it at the end of the bridge. Quite a long straight. Dylan's got it wrong though. Mocking Weeks comes, Reg comes through to take that second position. So Dylan into third. Now under pressure from Mocking Weeks for that third as well. So with Mocking Weeks looking towards Dylan and Reg GT as they head up this long straight. Dylan looking for a move down the inside of Reg, backs out of it. Mocking Weeks just had to run a bit wide through there, but gets a good exit. All over the rear end of Dylan coming out of this turn. Trying to keep it out of that Armaco at the side. That's going to do nobody any favours. Oh, Dylan's run a bit deep. Mocking looking to come down the inside. Unable to make that stick. Got to try it all over again. Big gap developed between 4th and 5th now then. 6.5 seconds. Reg GT almost running it off track. So Reg, Dylan and Mocking still bumper to bumper. Three drivers through there, Mocking just catching a wheel on the grass. Down towards this final turn then. Will anyone make a move down the start-finish straight? It's not that long. Dylan's in a good position though. Mocking Weeks is in a good position. Getting a good exit through there. Reg GT chucks himself in the pits already. Gets rid of those tyres. Mocking Weeks then with the toe off of Dylan. Not going to do it here, just backs off into turn 1. So let's have a quick run through. Apache stops out then up into 4th, Benny 5th. Just dropping his almost second penalty there, Benny. Aldo back up into 6th, not stopping yet. Dizzy 7th, Reg GT 8th after his stop. A fresh set of super softs on board. Only 10 minutes run. Manny in as well, taking on board fuel and tyres. Dodgy, I've just seen Pilgrim in as well. Who else has come in? Baggy's been in. Pilgrim's been in. Gr3 has been in. Manny's been in. And Dodgy has been in. Everyone else not. So Raoul, 2-second lead over Dylan. Now still got Mocking Weeks hunting him down. Let's get some bumper cam on as he looks for that second position. Still got a quarter of a tank on board, can run a fair while, as can Dylan. They need to start thinking about clawing that time back between themselves and Raoul. Mocking Weeks closing up again down this straight. Again, I don't think he's close enough before this turn. He's slinging him on down the inside. Plenty of room given by Dylan, but just carries the line and the speed through there, holds on to that second position. Give plenty of room to Mocking Weeks. Gap of 0.5 of a second, and they are just losing a bit more time to Raoul. Just jump on board with Dylan, the gap up to 2.4 between himself and the first place driver. Weeks losing a few tenths there, down to 0.8 of a second. So Apache should be in at the end of this lap. I don't think he's going to be able to stretch that fuel for another one. So Aldo holding 5th, Dizzy 6th, Benny 7th, and Reg GT first of the stoppers in 8th. Baggy 9th, Pilgrim in 10th, Gr3 11th, going down the inside of Manny. Gets that position, Manny slots into 12th then, Dodgy in 13th. So, Mocking Weeks stops out, Raoul and Dylan come in. Mocking Weeks is going to go for the extra lap on those worn tyres. Slightly lighter though. See whether that benefits him later on in the race. 27 minutes of this race remaining. Raoul back out the pits then. Fresh set of super softs on board. 3/4 of a tank he's taken on. GT comes through then. He stopped a lap ago. Takes 3rd. Gets himself in between Raoul and Dylan. Dylan's almost gone for a full tank there. That's allowed Raoul to stretch that gap out between himself and the 4th place driver. Wide there for Dylan as well. So Baggy stop now, super softs on board, super soft for Aldo, super soft for Apache, super soft for Benny, racing soft for Pilgrim, super soft for Dizzy, super soft for Gr3, still fighting it out with Manny for that 11th. On the softs for Manny, Dodgy on a fresh set of softs. So Mocking Weeks, the only driver yet to stop. He's holding 16.8 seconds over second place Raoul. Still 16.8. Where's that going to bring him out in this fight with Dylan and Reg GT? He's not having to fight with anyone at the minute, so he can just put in quali laps. Tyres are a little bit hurting. So he's just lost a couple of tenths there. We'll see though, we'll see. three-way fight here. So Manny's got himself past Gr3, back up into 10th. Gr3 is now under pressure from Pilgrim. So a good three-way fight going here. Hazards on for Manny as well. Not sure what's going on there. So Mockin should chuck himself in the pits this lap. He's lost about half a second on that lap to the drivers behind. Here they are, just coming down this final straight. So not being released yet. Where will he come out? Gets released now. He's going to come out in 4th, I believe. There it is. So everybody else might be going for a 3-stopper. Mockin Weeks might be trying the 2. We'll see. He is now 5 seconds from race leader Raul. It's only 1.9 back from Dylan. And on the fresher tyres as well. Just keeping 1.1 between himself and Reg. It's another 1.8, sorry, 1.9 between Reg and Dylan. Mockin Weeks still 1.9 back. And then big gap back to Aldo, 11.2 seconds. Aldo under a bit of pressure from Baggy. I think Aldo, have you just got past Baggy? It's Baggy closing up. I think Aldo's just got past you, hasn't he? But looking good coming down the bridge for Bags. Not the best exit. Closes up on Aldo, but won't be able to make the move before the end of the bridge. Now heading towards this next long straight. Needs to keep within touching distance really to benefit. So through here. Now's where it counts. Oh, Aldo's gone a little bit wide. That's slowed him down. He's had to back off the throttle. That's giving Baggy a bit of a run on him. Halfway up this straight. I think Baggy's going to do it. He's backed out, Baggy. Decided not to sling one up the inside. Holds on to 6th then. Race leader Raul pulled a bit more time, 1.5 seconds over Reg. He still kept that 1.9 between himself and 3rd Dylan. Just extended it there actually. Mockin Weeks taking another 10th out of Dylan. So can Baggy close that gap back up on Aldo? So Apache 7th, on a bit of pressure from Benny though. Not doing too bad. Oh, Benny running a bit wide through there. It's kept it on track though. Slowed him down a little bit. Dizzy just in the background in 9th. Manny holding that 10th. Gr3 not been able to keep up or retake that position. And they have dropped that 12th position Pilgrim. And Dodgy now 14.5 seconds back. Does look like Dodgy's not long been in. Raul, stop it, 3.5 second lead. Reg GT's got it all wrong somewhere. That's put him under all sorts of pressure from Dylan. Mockin Weeks still right there. Only 1.2 back. These two fighting it out will allow Mockin Weeks to close that gap back up. So onto the bridge. Let's go defensive, but Dylan carrying a bit more speed. Side by side through there. does give Red GT the advantage into this turn, but all the time just letting Raul escape. Now 4.7 seconds up the road. So Dylan still third. Mocking Weeks right back in this fight then, in fourth, hot on the tail of Dylan. Looking for a move already. We'll be getting a toe off of Red GT down here though. Is anyone going to make a move into this left-hander? Dylan's going for it. Does Mocking Weeks follow him through? No, almost 3 wide through there. Red GT holds out though. Mocking Weeks went to look down the inside of Dylan's just there. Ghost Realms left the room. Taking a, he does like that wide line through there, Dylan. Does allow you to carry better speed on the exit, but does put you under pressure into the second apex of that turn. Driver's taking the slightly tighter apex. Try to sort of slot one down the inside just as you're coming across. A really good fight here for second. Red GT going a little bit wide. That's cost him time. Mocking Weeks and Dylan slot themselves through. Dylan's gone a bit deep though. Has that allowed Mocking Weeks through? Side by side through here. Dylan's still holding out. Red GT right there with him. Does Mocking Weeks slot one up the inside here? It does. Can he hold on to it? Side by side with Dylan again. Looks down the inside into the final turn. Ah, Dylan catches the wall. Slowed him down. Red GT is going to chuck himself in the pits anyway. It did look like Mocking Weeks was backing off there, just allowing Dylan to close back up. He does. Just backs off the throttle, allows Dylan to come through. So it wasn't intentional, but still good race etiquette there. He caused Dylan to not lose the position, but unable to re-fight for it down that start-finish straight. So Mocking Weeks gives him the position back, and now they have to battle it out again. Different lines through there between Dylan and Mocking Weeks as well. Heading back onto this bridge. Awkward turn, that bit. So a little bit far back to make a move down here, I think, for Mocking. Again, this is just a loud race leader. How far is he? 7 seconds out front now is Raul from these two. That battling has just cost them seconds. So Dylan holding second, Mocking Weeks third, Aldo fourth, Baggy in fifth. Fortunately now 6 seconds back from Aldo. Red GT in seventh. Oh, he was sixth. Just getting undertaken by Benny there. So Red GT's just come in the pits for another stop. Fresh set of super softs on board. Let's see if he can make those work. Get himself back up front. So Dizzy 8th under a little bit of pressure from Apache. Just half a second between those two. Manny's still 10th. Baggy leaving the room, so that puts Manny under no threat. Dodgy in 11th, 21 seconds back, and Pilgrim just been in for a fresh set of tyres, now 15 seconds back from Dodgy. But many pit stops to be had yet. And Raul is still 7 seconds out front. You'll see him come in this lap, he's not got any fuel on board. Dylan and Mocking Weeks still battling it out, Mocking down the inside for second position. Can Dylan get back at him? So into these last couple of 90 lefts. Rights, apologies, I'm looking at it backwards. Back onto this final straight then. So plenty of fuel on board for Mocking Weeks. Let's just jump back to Dylan. How much has he got on board? He's still got a quarter of a tank, but you might be able to see Mocking Weeks do one extra lap. Now Dylan gets the inside line. Not quite. Not carrying as much speed as Mocking Weeks. But now gets the toe, chucks one down the inside. There he goes. He's gone a little bit deep though. That gives Mocking Weeks the chance, but Dylan will have the inside line into this next turn. He's already hugging that inside line. Oh. Side by side through there, but Mocking, good driving. He's now going to hold the inside line into this big, long, sweeping left. So back down onto this bridge section. Can Dylan do anything down here? Oh, he's gone a little bit wide, almost into the wall there. Oh, that's just scraped a bit of paint off. You can see he's just falling back slightly. That's put him right out of the danger zone for a second, a couple of corners at least. So race leader Mocking just half a second quicker than half a second in front of Dylan. Pulls a big chunk of time on him there as well. Dylan's got to be careful he doesn't get left behind and gets no slipstream. Gap to a second then. Can Dylan close back up under braking? Just starting to lose a bit of time. Yeah, Mocking Weeks, a bit deep through there for Dylan as well. Mocking Weeks with the extra fuel on, might be able to stick in an extra lap, going for the 2 stopper as opposed to the 3 that I think most of the people are going for. So just 0.9 of a second between first and second. Coming down, 0.6. Didn't get the lines right, so Raul back out of the pits. Fresh set of super softs on board. Reg GT 4th, another fresh set of super softs. We're now 3.5 back from Raul, nearly 20 seconds back from race leader. Aldo in 5th. Fresh set of super softs, plenty of fuel on board. Dizzy up into 6th, he's got a fresh set of tyres and only half a tank though, he might have to stick a little bit in before the end. Baggy in 7th, also on an outlap. Right, Dylan and Mocking in now, let's see where Raul comes through. Apache in 8th. A fresh set of super softs for him. Benny, fresh set of super softs. Manny on a worn set of softs. Out of fuel as well, we'll see him at the end of this lap. Pilgrim's not long stopped, fresh set of softs for him, and Dodgy, fresh set of super softs. Right. Mocking Weeks managed to get himself out in front of previous race leader, Raul. 11 minutes remaining. Can he hold on to that position? Oh, not like that, he can't. So just 0.8 of a second between first and second. Another 1.5 between second and third. GT just 2 seconds back. Can he close the gap back up? Make it a 4-way fight to the end of this race. So Mocking gets the gap to a second. On those slightly fresher tyres. GT losing a bit, 2.5 seconds back from Dylan now. 4.5 seconds from race leader. His super softs have got a fair bit of wear on them though. Oh, nearly on the grass. It's going to cost him a tenth or two there as well, maybe. As they just come onto this long straight. So Aldo, 16.9 seconds back. Dizzy, another 3.7 seconds back for 6th. Baggy, another 3.8 seconds back, 7th. 3.2 back for Apache in 8th. 2.7 back for Benny in 9th. 24.5 seconds back for Manny, but outlap for him, so he's just come in. Another 22 seconds back for Pilgrim, and then 9 seconds back for Dodgy. So Mocking Weeks, 9 minutes remaining. Gap at 1.2 seconds between himself and Raul. So definitely out of slipstream range. Needs to be keeping that gap as they hit these longer straights. Dylan closing that gap up on Raul, just 3/4 of a second between those two. So Raul might have to think about going defensive from the attacks from Dylan. Gap down to 0.6. Closes up on Raul there. Mocking Weeks chucks himself over to the left-hand side of the track to drop any kind of attempt of a toe from Raul. So gap back down to a second between first and second. But Raul is definitely coming under increased pressure from Dylan as they head up the hill towards these 90 rights. He's going to sling one up the inside here. He does. Has he gone a bit too deep? A little bit, but he's kept the position. Purple sectors from him as well. Chasing down Mocking Weeks. The gap now to 1.6 for Mocking. Raul still there, 0.6 of a second back. Awkward section there. We did just see Dylan clip the wall on a lap or two ago. Gap between first and second now, 1.4. A little bit of a penalty Dylan's got to lose as well. Just take a tenth out of Mocking Weeks' time there. Starting to take a little bit more time out of Raul as well. Raul almost a second back. Still got a little bit of penalty to lose. Oh, a little bit wide there as well. And for Raul, still a gap down to 1.3. Yeah, Dylan putting in some hot sectors now. So running through the order, Mocking Weeks currently leading. Dylan in second, Raul third. HGT in 4th position, having a bit of a race of his own. He's under no threat from Dizzy behind, another 8.7 seconds back in 5th. Baggy 6th, Apache 7th. Benny in 8th. What's happened to Aldo? Aldo has got it wrong somewhere, I think. He's down to 9th now. He stopped a few laps ago. Yeah, he's picked up a penalty. Manny in 10th. Dodgy 11th. Pilgrim now 12th. And Pilgrim's got it wrong somewhere as well. So Mocking Weeks, 6 minutes remaining. The gap down to 1.1 seconds again. Dylan still holding on to that penalty though. Gap down to a second. Dylan really starting to pile the pressure on at the end of this race. Raul starting to slip backwards. 1.9 seconds the gap between himself and second place. Mocking Weeks then, can he hold on to it? 5 minutes remaining. Tyres looking good. A little bit less tyre wear than Dylan. Plenty of fuel on board for the both of them. And for Raul, his tyres looking a little bit worse for wear. He's losing more time to Dylan. Dylan likes going wide through there. He sticks a wheel on the grass. Don's joined the room. A little bit late, but he's joined the room nonetheless. So yeah, the gap was at a second. It's now at 1.2 with that little bit of wheel on the grass action from Dylan. Just trying to lose his penalty through there as well. The gap back up to 1.4. Now still 2 seconds back. Gr3 now 17 seconds back. Baggy holding 5th, Dizzy 6th. He has got Apache for company. Benny's not that far back either. Aldo's still with his fight. Bit of a penalty to lose for him. Manny pretty much out on his own now. Dodgy out on his own as well, and the same for Pilgrim. Mocking Weeks then. Again, Dylan running wide through there. Purple sectors for Mocking. Dylan holding fastest lap of the race, 3:03.220. And they are only going to see one more lap after this. Gap back down to 1.1. Losing more time, 2.7 seconds. That tyre wear really starting to hurt him. Unable to keep with the pace of these two drivers in front. Can Mocking Weeks hold out for this one? A couple of little fights. Dizzy up into 6th. This is where it's kicking off. Benny, Apache and Aldo. Benny going a bit wide through there, trying to drop his penalty. Cuts back across the track, almost taking out Apache. Aldo bolted onto the back end of this fight. Down the inside of Apache. He's got the line as well into that turn. Takes that 8th position. He's got to hold on to Benny in front. Can Apache come back at him? Oh, Aldo's gone wide through there though. Gets it back on track, but losing time then to Benny in front and back under pressure from Apache. Manny 10th. Yeah, these guys all having a little fight all of their own. Dodgy 11th, and Pilgrim probably seeing out the end of this race in the pits. Mocking Weeks in the meantime. On to final lap. 1.2 seconds the gap. Raul now 4 seconds back, so yeah, really struggling then Raul. GT all on his own. This is where it's at between Mocking and Dylan. Gap down to less than a second. He's starting to feel the effects of that toe. .8 of a second between himself and Mocking. It's going to be close, this is between these two. Still 0.9 of a second. Awkward tight turns coming up. So unable to benefit from the toe up that straight. Closes up a little bit under braking. Oh, he's gone a bit deep there though. A couple of wheels on the grass. Has slowed him down. 0.9 of a second. Again, just driving the life out of that car, Dylan. Gap back down to 0.8. Oh, again, 2 wheels on the grass for Dylan. Just losing him time. Gap to a second. Only a few more turns to go. Attempting all the tight lines for Dylan. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to pick up a penalty or end off track. Still 0.8 of a second. Final lap then. 3 more turns to go. Get down to 3/4 of a second. Good exit there for Mockin. Keeps the gap at 3/4 of a second. Final turn to go. As long as he doesn't stick it in the wall through here. So there it is. Mockin Weeks is going to take the race win. He'll be happy as Larry about that. Mockin Weeks takes first, then Dylan takes second. Raoul nearly 5 seconds back in third. Reg GT is going to take fourth position. Pit wall for Reg GT. Wait for Baggy to come through to take fifth. Ended up having a bit of a race of his own as well. Nearly 5 seconds, 6 seconds back to Dizzy behind him. Looks like he's happy with fifth. So Dizzy coming through to take that sixth. I thought that was Benny chucking it in the pit wall then. No, Benny handbrake across the line. Little bit of pit wall action. Aldo as well, backwards and sideways. Into the wall for 8th. Pachi is going to take 9th. Handbrakes don't work well on these BMWs. Manny's going to take 10th, and Dodgy and Pilgrim have already crossed the line. Yeah, they don't like spinning around these cars. And there we go. Yeah, great race between the top 3 there. And Mockin Weeks taking it. He'll be overjoyed with that. Yeah, some good racing from the P1 boys there tonight. So that was round 3 of P1RC's BMW Gr3 League. That's the M3s. What have I got coming up tomorrow night? 8:30. We have the Tanso Racing Kyrgyzstan Motorsport. Wrong. Tanso Racing Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. That's tomorrow night, 8:30. Wednesday night at 8:30 as well is the MRC Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. That's really good, really popular. Thursday night, Chaos and Mayhem League with the P1 boys again. That's the Rallycross. It's tarmac circuit this week, so might be a little bit easier to see what's going on. We'll see. Friday night, 9 o'clock, GTTCC. The Chaos and Mayhem's 9 o'clock as well as that's Thursday. GTTCC 9 o'clock on Friday night, 2 half-hour races for you lot then, and then back Sunday night. Next round of this, and possibly more Tanso stuff. We'll see. Yeah. If you like what you watched and you fancy helping my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Oh, don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day, people. Right? It's entirely up to you. Me personally, I'm going to give it Mockin, but it's entirely up to you. So drop it in the comments, and they'll get picked up throughout the week. And yeah, they'll get 2 extra points in the championship. So yes, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dart Smoker. I'm out of here.